What a match. What an absolutely thrilling encounter that we have seen in the FIH Pro League match between India and the Netherlands. It was a classic contest between two of the finest teams that have played the sport. The Netherlands, FIH Pro Hockey League toppers, squared off in an absolute epic against India. The contest was simply topsy-turvy right from the start till the end. Raimar Tegemans opened the scoring for the Netherlands in the fourth quarter. In the first quarter, sorry. In the first quarter, he scored the goal and gave Netherlands the lead. But Dilpreet Singh equalized in brilliant fashion just before the halftime whistle. It was exciting, accelerating hockey from both India and the Netherlands. Chances were created, penalty corners were there, but PR Srijesh stood firm. At the end of the contest, if you have to look at it, it was a chance of missed opportunities for both India and the Netherlands. Netherlands tried to force the initiative when they tried to go for the goal, but India were stoic in defense. PR Srijesh and the defense, in particular led by Abhishek, was simply sublime. But India seemed to have suffered a dip in confidence when, in the final quarter, they conceded a goal. A youngster who had just played 6 internationals for the Netherlands scored 2-1. 23 seconds left on the clock. You felt that perhaps Netherlands were going to win this. But India had 2 penalty corners. They missed. But with 2 seconds to go, and when the clock turned 0, Harmanpreet Singh hit the goal that took India to the penalty shootout. Remember, this day is a day of dramatic penalty shootouts because in the previous encounter, India versus Argentina, that game in the FIH Pro League for the women's section also went into the penalty shootout. 3-3 at the end of regulation time, but India managed to win the penalty shootout at that time. Could India achieve it in the men's section? Unfortunately not. India missed 2 and 3 chances and the Netherlands managed to win the penalty shootout. But it was a titanic tussle. Dibya Sagar Patra, yes, 2 seconds left. Harmanpreet Singh, one of the leading goal scorers in the FIH Pro League, managed to score that penalty and it was taken to penalty shootouts. What a performance by the Indian team. This match was very important for a multiple of reasons. Number one, Belgium, who had beaten India in the previous encounter of the FIH Pro League in Antwerp, they lost to England 2-1 today. That meant that India now had a great chance to at least seal the top 2. You have to understand, in the points table situation, the Netherlands have played 1 game less. So for India to win the FIH Pro League, they had to beat the Netherlands in both the games. But unfortunately now, it seems as if India might have to slug it out with Belgium for the second and the third spot, because with this win, Netherlands are now 1 step closer to sealing the FIH Pro League title. You have to understand that in 2020 and 2021, when India returned to the fold, they had finished 4th. But the Netherlands, along with Belgium, now stand a good chance of sealing the top 2 spots. How does it matter when it comes to qualification? Not much. This will be the fact that India will have given tough competition to some of the best teams in the world of hockey. Be it Belgium, be it Spain, be it Netherlands, and Argentina to a certain extent. It will be a great testament to India's bench strength. In the backdrop of the FIH Pro League, you have to understand, folks, that the B team, the Indian senior team, arrived in Antwerp a few weeks before in order to acclimatize themselves in the game against Belgium. It was the B team in the Asia Cup, led by Sardar Singh, that ensured that India at least gave a tough fight to the likes of South Korea, Malaysia, and Japan. Although they won against Japan, they could not seal the top spot. And that is why you see Graham Reed's men put up a great show against Belgium. Belgium, remember, the Olympic champions. And in the first game, they had won through the penalty shootouts. That's why they had gotten the bonus point in the penalty shootout. But unfortunately, in the regulation time, They had lost the second game. It was a great fight yet again, but Belgium showed their class. Netherlands were stretched to the limit, the table toppers in the FIH Pro League. So Netherlands have managed to beat India in the penalty shootouts. Heartbreak considering the fact that India bounced back thanks to superb goals from Dilpreet Singh and Harmanpreet Singh. Manjeet and Abhishek were also in their elements today, and that is why India managed to stay up in touch with the Oranje. So unfortunately, India have lost the first game in Rotterdam. The second game will take place tomorrow. India will probably be playing for pride heading into that second game. But whatever said and done, this FIH Pro League cycle has been simply magnificent for India. This is new India, be it cricket or hockey, fight back always comes from this Indian new generation of players. Vignesh Konar, absolutely agree. I mean, 2 seconds left on the clock, 23 seconds, India created 3 penalty corners. One was referred by the Dutch, but they lost it on the referral. Harmanpreet with just 2 seconds to go, and when it touched zero, he clocked that penalty and it went to the shootout. India have unfortunately been on the mixed end of the shootout in the FIH Pro League. They had beaten Belgium, but they unfortunately lost to Argentina in one of the games. So it will really hurt them. Like when it came to the crucial point, they missed their penalty shots. PR Srijesh, on the other hand, had a fantastic regulation time, but in the penalties he was undone. Harmanpreet, who scored the penalty to take it into the shootout, he also missed the penalty. Life can be very cruel, and it is a very topsy-turvy game indeed. Pratibha Handa, Graham Reed, coach update. Well, Graham Reed is actually going to be there. I mean, see, the FIH, the Indian Hockey Federation is a bit of a flux at this point in time. So, what are the chances of Indian hockey in the World Cup? Can we win the gold medal in 2023? Vignesh, yes. See, the 2023 World Cup now assumes tremendous importance. Gaurav Rai, no, see, India are not out. Again, this is not a semi-final, final. It is nothing like that. It is just like how the Premier League is played in football. The team that wins and tops the group, they will then be declared winners of the FIH Hockey Pro League based on points. There is nothing called a semi-final, final. So India have a very good chance in 2023 because it's going to be played in Bhubaneswar in January. And this World Cup will also be equally important considering that the Asiad has been postponed. So 2 slots or at best 4 slots can be finalized. World Cup is really, yeah, Divya Sagar Patra. I mean, Odisha is the spiritual capital of hockey. The investment, the upgradation in the infrastructure that has happened in hockey in that state, thanks to government and sponsors there, is simply fantastic. So hats off to Odisha for ensuring that hockey can indeed be one of our top sports. Can India break the Australian hockey domination in CWG 2022? Vignesh, very difficult. Very, very difficult because the Australian team is simply one of the best, along with Belgium and the Netherlands. Any chance of Hockey India League starting again? Difficult because it will help the Indian hockey players, but whether they can fit it into the window, it remains to be seen. Now that India are back in the FIH Pro League system, it will be very difficult for them to manage the Hockey India League as well here. So, depends on priorities. But now after the FIH Pro League, the CWG is there. Then you'll have to prepare for the World Cup. Then you also have the Asian Games with your final aim for Paris. Is there any Indo-Pak hockey match in the near future? I don't know. I don't have to see the updated fixtures to confirm whether such a match will happen. But Australia always chokes in Olympics. Only 1 gold in 2. What's your view? Actually, yeah, but Australia, remember, they have always had the wood over India when it comes to major events. I mean, who can forget the 1-7 thrashing in Tokyo? That's there. Australia have dominated Commonwealth. They have dominated Sultan Aslan Shah. They have also dominated the World Cup. And remember, the Netherlands have always hurt India in major stages. Who can forget the 2019 World Cup quarterfinal when they lost 1-0? That was a big shocker. We are actually now 48 years waiting for our World Cup title. We had won it in 1975. But we had a chance in 2019, but that unfortunately we lost it. So It's there. That's that problem. Don't you think we have enough players in Pro League both at the same time? Manish Mohapatra. Well, there is depth. The Asia Cup side that had assembled in Jakarta, that showed that they can compete with the best of the business. So yes, India will go into the last match with their head held high because they had stretched the mighty Dutch to the limit in this game. Harmanpreet, in particular, simply stunning, one of the best in the business, one of the leading goal scorers currently, and Dilpreet, PR Srijesh, Abhishek, they really have a fantastic setup at this point in time. One of the top favorites for the World Cup, but standing in their way are the likes of Belgium, Netherlands, Australia, even a dark horse, Germany and Spain, because Germany rested some of their players in the FIH Pro League. Slightly inexperienced, but do not even discount Argentina. They also bring out their best in this. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this FIH Pro League. What's your view on Yuvraj Singh and Harmanpreet Singh, drag flick quality, best in the world? You answered your own question, Vignesh. Harmanpreet and Yuvraj, one of the best in the business currently. So thank you so much. There is no semi-final and final, folks. Sajjan, Mahan, there is nothing of that. The team that finishes with the most points wins. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more such analysis. Stay tuned to Sports Today for all the latest news and updates. Press the like, comment and share button, folks. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.